Welcome to Thai Nguyen News. I'm Đặng Hương. Now today's headlines. Thai Nguyen Second Typical Agricultural Industry Exhibition Fair 2013. Leaders of Thai Nguyen Province congratulate Provinces Women's Union on its 83rd anniversary. Preserving and honoring spiritual values on Trường Sa. Under the direction of the Thai Nguyen Provincial People's Committee, on October the 15th, its Department of Trade and Industry opened the Thai Nguyen Second Typical Agricultural Industry Exhibition Fair 2013. The opening ceremony was attended by Mr. Vũ Hồng Bắc, Chairman of the Provincial People's Council, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Tâm, Mrs. Ma Thị Nguyệt, Vice Chairpeople of the Provincial People's Committee, leaders from the Ministry of Industry and Trade, and leaders of the departments and agencies of Thai Nguyen Province. Nearly 300 booths and 200 companies from 20 provinces and cities across the country joined the fair. Many items such as food industry, electronics, garment, cosmetics, construction materials, home appliances, and agricultural supplies were introduced at the fair. These items are required to have their legal brand names with clear origins and quality assurance. Towards the second International Tea Festival Thai Nguyen Vietnam 2013, many tea products from the province's different companies and traditional cooperatives were also shown at the fair. The fair was an opportunity to introduce Thai Nguyen strengths to domestic and international visitors. Shortly after the opening ceremony, the leaders of Thai Nguyen Province and the representatives of the agencies from the Ministry of Trade and Industry visited the booths at the fair. Taking place in 7 days from the 15th to the 21st of October 2013, the fair will be an opportunity for Thai Nguyen's businesses to advertise and extend their market to people, particularly consumers, inside and outside the province. To celebrate the 83rd anniversary of Vietnam Women's Union, October the 20th, 1930, October the 20th, 2013, the Thai Nguyen provincial leaders and representatives of different agencies and organizations at all levels visited and congratulated the Provincial Women's Union on its efforts and achievements during the past years. Mr. Lê Quang Dực, head of the Provincial Party Committee's Department of Propaganda, Mr. Phùng Đình Thiệu, head of the Provincial Party Committee's Department of Public Relations, Mrs. Ma Thị Nguyệt, Vice Chairwoman of the Provincial People's Committee, and other leaders of some of the departments and agencies joined hand in hand in congratulating the Women's Union of Thai Nguyen Province. The delegation members acknowledged the union's efforts and contributions to the social, economic, and cultural development of Thai Nguyen Province during the past years. The leaders showed their warmest and most respectful expressions to congratulate the staff members, women, female public employees, and workers across the province on their achievements. At the same time, they also requested that the union would continue to promote their achievements and their mission of fostering and protecting the legitimate rights and interests of women, making an important contribution to the development of the country in general and Thai Nguyen Province in particular in the coming time, fully deserving the 8 golden words: unity, innovation, international integration and development, that General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, on behalf of the party and the state, decorated the Vietnam Women's Union. Receiving this precious encouragement on behalf of the Provincial Women's Union, its leaders showed their great appreciation to the provincial leaders for their assistance and support, and wished to receive more support from them for the continued advancement and development of women. Today we will explore the special symbols of history, culture and spirituality of the Spratly, such as the Memorial House to President Ho Chi Minh, the Memorial Stair to the Heroic Martyrs, and the pagodas in the Spratly. These works made the army and the people in the archipelago feel really warm and attached to the mainland.
As a general rule, the delegations to Truong deferentially burned incense in the spots symbolizing the history, culture, and spirituality, such as the statue of Royal Highest General Trần Quốc Tuấn on Song Tu Tây Island, the memorial to the heroic martyrs, and the memorial house to President Ho Chi Minh on Trường Sa Lớn Island, all surrounded by myriads of water waves. Visiting these places, everyone developed a deeper sense of peace, pride, and gratitude to their elders for their sacrifices for the nation. There are now 3 pagodas in Trường Sa, namely Song Tu Tây Pagoda, Sinh Tồn Pagoda, and Trường Sa Lớn Pagoda, which were built in the traditional style with 1 main compartment and 2 lean-tos. Each pagoda has its own distinctive appearance. Built in a rather isolated location of the islands, Song Tu Tây Pagoda is the largest. Its space seems to be enlarged in the direction from the triple refuge, facing the sea with the refreshing canopies of green leaves in the front yard. The small pagoda on the island of Sinh Tồn gave us an amazing impression of the poetic beauty, relaxing peace, and purity in our souls. Trường Sa Lớn Pagoda, located at Trường Sa Town Center, along with the memorial to the heroic martyrs and the memorial house to President Ho Chi Minh, made a complex yet special architecture.
With
the attention of the party and state, the Vietnam Buddhism has restored the pagodas on this archipelago, enriching the spirituality of the people who pray for the heroic martyrs, wishing for a prosperous Vietnam and for the happy life of the people on the archipelago. Notably, the pagodas all face Hanoi. Stepping through the gates of the pagodas, we profoundly felt the spiritual beauty and purity of the Vietnamese people on the remote islands. We all still had a strong feeling of warmth, peace, and holiness besides the sounds of the waves lapping. I experienced a very special but familiar and sacred feeling when I first visited the pagodas on Trường Sa archipelago. Never can I forget visiting and burning incense in each of the pagodas. The pagodas and other cultural and historical works on the archipelago of Trường Sa form the traditional and spiritual beauty of the islands and lessen the homeness of the army officers and the soldiers as well as the residents here, encouraging them to protect the archipelago. Thus the reason why the creeds of the Vietnamese people are always preserved and promoted in this sacred archipelago.
Let's take a look at some other pieces of news. Recently, the Center for Investment Promotion Consultancy, Nguyen Provincial Department of Planning and Investment, opened a professional development training course on investment planning and international business integration. 80 participants joined the course that included officers from departments, agencies, and districts in the province. In the training course, specialized topics of investment planning provided learners with knowledge in planning socio-economic development and evaluating opportunities and challenges amid international integration, and particularly equipped participants with professional skills and competence for management of projects, implementation of processes and procedures regarding investment and its promotion. This is an opportunity for learners to exchange and discuss problems related to the new investment policies. At agencies and districts in the province to work out orientations and measures to promote investment, thereby contributing to staff awareness enhancement in investment promotion in the current period of international economic integration. On the 15th of October, at the House of Culture in Sơn Thăng Hamlet, Phú Lương Commune, Định Hóa District, QSIP Project Management Board, Department of Agriculture and Rural Development awarded Sơn Thăng Tea Production Cooperative a certificate of safety production following VietGap standards. The cooperative includes 60 participating households with a total area of 33.2 hectares. Since establishment and implementation of the safety production model following Vietgap standards a few months ago, there have been significant changes in production awareness, particularly in environmental protection, utilization method of pesticide products, production workshops. Currently, this cooperative has sold products in the southern markets, Ho Chi Minh City, Quảng Ninh, Thái Bình, and other provinces. Its product value has increased significantly from 30,000 Vietnam dongs to 50,000 Vietnam dongs per kilogram, higher than the price of non-Vietgap products. That ends our program today. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye for now and have a good week.